couch.
Now you that little
Come on with
Spanish.
it. Don't do
How
it.
they living ain't no joke. This is quite an honor for me in that we've talked a lot through the years of almost 20 years now. My sister, let me just say how proud I am and how grateful and humbled I am that you would take the time to do some stuff for your brother. And I want to say thank you from me, from Tone X, from the Rodney Perrys, to all the people that you could have left behind, but you're still giving a hand up to. Thank you for that.
Baby, thank you for that. But I don't have a choice. We comics.
Yeah.
We road comics,
We
baby.
are. We
We
family.
get in that car, we drive around the country, we tell jokes. When I call you up and say, hey, George, I know it's late, but I want to run this joke by you. What you think?
Yeah.
So then who am I to then say, oh, no, George, I can't. You got the right to punch me in my face, baby, if I ever did that.
I would never hit you. I thunk you in the throat.
But I'm very appreciative of those moments.
You know, as I was preparing for this interview with you, I had to deal with a lot of stuff. You and I have been friends for a very long time, and you have shared some very personal and intimate things with me through the years. I was like, wait a minute. No, I can't answer that. I know the answer to that.
I know about that.
I know about that. But I do know that people love you so much, and they do want to know more about who you are. And they deserve to in the sense that people really don't know our struggle. They don't know how much you've gone through. Now, before we get to any of that, have your feet touched the ground yet from becoming only the 4th Black woman to receive an Oscar for Best Supporting Actress? Have you touched back down yet?
My feet hasn't touched the ground since I got to Hollywood. So I've been floating for a long time.
That's a while.
And if I was just to give it to that one night and that one trophy, I believe the universe would say, really? After all we've done, after all you've been given, you're going to give it to this one night? So I get asked that question often, like, you know, how does it feel? What you doing? What you say? I'm like, guys, it feels no different from the first time I got the call to say, hey, listen, this guy over here, Big Ticket Television, want to talk to you about doing this show called, well, they ain't even have a title for it yet. They want to get you and this sister named Countess Vaughn together.
Right.
Really? So at those moments, it's like, it's no different from this moment because I'm still in that moment.
Oh, wonderful. That's wonderful. And I feel you on that, definitely. And I appreciate you having my wife do your hair. Your personal on
the Parkers,
on the
baby,
Parkers,
on
baby.
the Parkers.
You was whipped up.
I think it's important for people to understand because oftentimes we get new relationships. And in those new relationships, you don't know those people. You don't know those people because they're new. And now that all of this is going on, now it's, oh, yes, oh, yes, oh, yes. So I felt comfortable in saying, let me get my family.
Absolutely.
Let me get folk that I know that they got my best interest. And I got their best interest.
Absolutely.
So for me, it ain't even a matter of pulling back or giving back. It's how it's supposed to be.
I feel you. And you're right on that.
That's just how it's supposed to be. Now, I need to be clear on something because sometimes people think it's an obligation. And that's where it can get confusing.
It's a choice.
Right. Because you'll have some people that say, oh, you ain't put me down. And it's like, listen, it's not an obligation. So when you come off like it's an obligation, that's where it's like, whoa,
and that's
baby.
a confirmation that that's the person that you shouldn't be doing that for.
Come on. Right. When you got to start saying, well, remember when I did, remember when I did.
Right.
Well, if you got to start reminding me, you shouldn't have done it.
Right.
Now, you can kiss my ass on all this remembrance.
Remember that.
Remember this. George, remember this.
Remember that.
Yes,
George.
remember this.
All that glitters is greener on the other side.
I love him, baby.
Your husband, Sydney,
Yes.
gave you 2 wonderful little boys.
Yes.
Did he complete you as a woman?
I don't even want to say as a woman, as a human being. My husband teaches me every day. There's not a day that goes by that I don't learn something from that man. even when I don't want to learn it, even when I want to be like, listen, don't tell me the truth right now, damn it, lie, because you're hurting my feelings and I don't want to hear it. But when I look at that cat, I'm just like, you're something different. You're something different. I've never seen this man raise his voice. I've never seen this brother angry. And I've been knowing him since we were 14 years old. And I've never seen him angry. So does he complete me as a woman, as a human being, baby? Because I've never seen anybody walk in that path. You hear it. You hear it. And you say it. I ain't never seen somebody so non-judgmental. I ain't never seen somebody love so unconditionally. I ain't never seen somebody with that much patience. And you know your sister.
I do.
I'm a handful.
And some feet.
And some feet. I am. So it's like for God to allow me to share his son in this journey. Yeah, it's a lot of completion going on.
Awesome. When your kids are mentioned, the two young boys, that's what always happens. Your face lights up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be a 40-year-old woman, 42-year-old mother of 4-year-old twins?
George, that's a blessing. And I feel like that's God's way of saying we're going to give you another go at it. Because when I had Shalon, man, I was 20. I was a kid. I wasn't prepared to be a mother. I didn't know how to be a mother. I was trying to learn. I was trying to grow. And I'm just really learning who the hell I am now. And Shalon's 19. So, you know, I really feel like when I got pregnant with David and Jonathan, that was the universe way of saying, okay, life is different now. Now you got time. Now you can sit down. Now you can read some stories. Now you can be patient. Now you can understand it ain't that heavy.
You ain't got no excuse.
Now you ain't got to whip his ass at every turn because you trying to still live life because you such a young woman. You still trying to run the street. So the blessing is that now that I'm 42, man, when I go home and see them little cats running through the house and screaming and howling and crying and doing whatever, it's like, wow, you let me do this again.
What's the toughest part of it, though, for you? What's the hardest part about your schedule and not getting caught up again to where you don't have time, like you didn't feel like you had enough time for Shalon? What's the difference?
That is a great question. The most challenging thing for me with David and Jonathan, and I have an amazing, we have an amazing sister and her family in our life. And her name is Veronica. Okay. And she's not the kid's nanny. She's their nana. Because that nana says that's family, baby.
Absolutely.
That's love. That's not a paycheck.
Yeah.
That's love. One of the toughest things was she said to me, there's going to come a time when your children cry, they're going to come to me because I'm with them. Now, and as I think about it now, so that's tough when your kids be crying and it's like they don't run past you, baby, run past. And Sid would see me get, and he said, listen, it ain't gonna always be this way. So now when I come home and they be like, mommy, I'll be just like, oh, thank God. But in those moments, so I understand with single moms and moms in this business, and you got to drop your babies off, baby. You trying to get that money. You trying to get it. You trying to make it happen. So can you watch them? Can you keep them? Can you feed them? Can you check their homework? I can't make the PTA. I can't make your baseball game. Me and Shalon paid a price for me to sit here. Now at 19, I always say to him, listen, if you want to hold on to yesterday, it's up to you. Because everybody got a story. I don't regret 1 second of it because it will allow your children not to have to go through what you did.
Here come the judge. Jail time. What did you did? Was it prison or did you go to jail? That young man is gone. He has no chance.
Well, I found myself trying to give a second chance
that they're building more prisons than they are schools, that someone has found out that there's big business in people going to jail.